What's going on, YouTube? This is my Demko ad20.5 in G10, black G10 with the big pivot. Blade Steel's S35 VN. This thing's made in Taiwan. The original 8020 is made in USA and it is quite a bit larger. This knife is fantastic. It's got the shark lock, totally ambidextrous, very easy to manipulate, great size, and in terms of size, this knife's coming in at 7 3/4 inches with a 3 1/8 cutting edge. A 3 1/4 blade, and it's 7 5/8 inches long. So it comes in two blade styles, the clip point, which this one is, and sheep's foot or shark's foot, like this. So this one has original goat aluminum scales on it. Okay, these are really nice. The weight difference, let's take a look at that. So stock model comes in at 3.69 ounces. And with the aluminum scales from original goat, you're looking at 4 ounces, pretty much right on. Let's take a look at them together. So the aluminum scales really add a lot to it. Honestly, the black G10 is pretty nice, and it comes in an assortment of different colors. You can get it in like natural, the JG10. You can get it in, I saw a camo one. There's a good assortment. The original model was what was it, Grivery scales, and it had a small pivot, like something like this smock, like a pivot like that. No showpiece, no nothing. But these large pivot models are a lot closer to the original 8020. It really gives it a nice touch. Like, it just looks a lot better with these big ones. I'm not entirely sure why they chose what they did on the one side, because it says Wampum PA, but this knife is made in Taiwan, as you can see. I mean, mind you, the Taiwan factories, they do really well. Like, for instance, the Spyderco Smock is a Taiwan Spyderco, but they're the ones that came up with, adding a button to the compression lock, which is like pretty amazing and makes for some pretty awesome fidget factor on their knives. So Taiwan does a really good job. This knife is I can't think of a more fidget friendly knife than to have this ambidextrous locking mechanism, which locks up, they say just as tight as the triad lock. Andrew Demko invented both of these locks. He invented the shark lock, and he invented the triad lock, which he has made through cold steel. But the shark lock is just as strong. Some say stronger. The knife is just, the way that it works is just unreal. You do have to be really careful because the way that the blade comes down, it comes down with significant force. If your finger is over the, oh, excuse my fingernails, I'm so sorry. If your finger is over this, when this blade closes, you will cut yourself. You can't see, but I have. You know, it happens. Yeah, but you know, I don't regret buying it in both blade styles because I had to do it. And actually today, aluminum scales, another set shows up for this one. I think I forgot to mention though, this original one isn't completely original. This is the original clip, and I think that it is hideous. But I could not get, I have two of these deep carry titanium black pocket clips, and I could not get it to go on this. The screw was not long enough, and I ended up stripping one of these screws, or at least the beginning part of the screw, trying to put the deep carry on. So I switched to this, and then the stripped screw wouldn't go in anymore, even with the original clip. But I switched the screws, and for whatever reason, it was able to reach it then. I guess there's just a little more clearance on one side than the other. But as it stands right now, this has the original clip on it. These deep carry clips, I think I got them from DNA laser cutting, or I forget what it's called. They're really good. They're very deep, like they completely stick off the end of the knife. I love them, but it seems to only fit on the G10. I do have some other clips on the way, some other deep carry pocket clips. I believe they're also original goat, but I can't remember. I always have something on the way, and so I can never fully remember. Let's do some size comparisons. So, just for lighting, I think I'll use the stock one. So, 80.25 compared to the Spyderco Smock. There's that, compared to the Ontario Rat number 2. Okay. Compared to the CVV Praxis. Compared to the Spyderco Shaman. Oh, let's get that all in the shot. Okay, quite a bit smaller than the Shaman. Compared to the QSB Penguin. Okay, it's bigger than that. Yeah. So the 80.5 is probably, you know, it's in the my top 5 favorite knives of all time. Nothing compares to the Shark Lock in terms of ease of manipulation, lockup strength. It's just a great locking mechanism, and they just did Demko did an amazing job with this. The second I can get my hands on an AD20, I will be getting it in full tie the second that it becomes available to me. Living in Canada makes things quite a bit harder. For quite a while there, I was ordering from White Mountain Knives, which is an amazing site with an amazing selection. They have great exclusives. It's so cool. But eventually, living in Canada, the Canadian Customs and Border Security Agency decided it was necessary to confiscate a Spyderco Smock of mine, which I had paid like almost $300 for, and Customs decided that it was a prohibited weapon in Canada, even though I can go into a store in Canada and buy the Spyderco smock. They deemed it illegal to pass over our border. I don't know. I don't know. Canada's laws are fairly insane, so there's not much I can do about that. So yeah, that's about it, YouTube. I'll let you go. I'll give you one more look at nice close-up of these knives. They really are just beautiful. I can't wait later on today to maybe show you guys the disassembly of the Demko ad20.5. It's not a difficult one. I tried to film adding these aluminum scales onto this one, but I suck at video editing and I kept screwing up things in the disassembly, so I didn't want to show that to you guys. I'm still learning how to do this, you know. I've been meaning to start a YouTube channel for quite a while now, and I was nervous about being on camera, still am. That's probably why I talk so slowly and jabber on and have awkward pauses, but I'm getting better at it. But anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later when those scales show up and I have a little bit more free time after I put my son to sleep. And I'll show you the disassembly and the changing of the scales. Hopefully I can get that black deep carry pocket clip to fit on this one here after I change the scales, but we'll see what happens either way. Have a good day, guys. Take care.